Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this channel named Geeks for Geeks School. So, thank you very much, first of all, for joining me in at this time in this tutorial. So, what all things are we done defining the code of? Let me first show you that before defining the remaining code for this amazing Minecraft game that we guys were developing. So, I'm running this whole code and let us first see the output it will give us. And if you haven't checked out the Minecraft tutorial for which I have used Orsina engine or you can say package, so please do check out the previous two lectures which I shooted yesterday and day before so that you can get familiar with Orsina and you can get to know how you can use it for creating such a beautiful Minecraft game. Right, so that's what we are done defining code for. Now, if I am hitting the right click, what is left click? So what is happening? I'm able to create these amazingly beautiful boxes, cubes. If I want to change the type of cube, I can simply press the number keys. So now I'm getting these boxes. On pressing 3, I am getting these kind of boxes, and on pressing 4, I am getting these kind of boxes. Fine. Now if I want to get rid of any of these boxes, I can simply bring my cursor over that box and can make use of the right click and the box will disappear. Right, we can destroy the boxes. So that's what we are done defining the code of till now. Let me just come out of this window. Okay, so I'll have to, I think, make use of this option. Yeah, right. So now it's time for us to give it a more, add some more features to this game. And what to do next? We can add a hand kind of thing, right, to our first person controller. So for doing that, we'll again make use of the class concept. So let's define so another class for this thing, and I would like to pass this entity as a parameter to this class. Okay, then we can have this init function. So let's initiate it, and we're going to pass self to this one, and it's time for us to make use of the super function. Absolutely right. I think you must have checked the previous tutorials also. That is the reason you know the answer. Okay, so here we are. We are done defining the super function also. Now, because we want to see a arm kind of thing, so we'll have to first import the texture from somewhere. So the way we imported these images and we put them in these variables, in the same way I have a hand texture which I would like to put in this arm texture named variable. So let me just use the same code. I'm putting it here, and let's check the name of the file of that arm named in which we have that arm texture. So I would like to check the name and where it is. App data. So you know what I am doing here is the ones who are new. Let me tell you that what I am doing, I'm putting all my files, whether it is the image file or whether it is a coding file, inside a folder which I have created in this folder in which all my Python files are there, so that I don't get any error, you know. Okay, so where is that hand file? Uh, is it there or not? I'll have to check it. It's with name arm underscore texture. Okay, that's the one, right? And if I come on this property, so I can see it's a PNG file. So I'll have to import it like this. I can simply put the name over here of this file that I want to import. So arm underscore texture is the name, and that's the image. Now coming down here on the class which I was creating for getting the hand of adding the hand to my game, and Where is that hand name class? I'm looking for it. Yeah, that's the one. So here I can simply uh, to this thing inside it. I need to remove it. Yeah. So inside it to this parent, this time we need not to pass the scene as a value. We need to pass camera because I want my hand to move along with the camera. So camera.qi is going to help us in doing the same. And then to this model property, we can pass arm because it is going to be an arm that I want to import and see it moving along with the camera. Then to this texture, right, we can pass the name of the variable in which we have saved our texture of the hand. So it is arm texture. Okay, perfectly fine. It's time for us to call this hand class. You know, the way we are calling this voxel class, we are calling this sky class over here. In the same way, we can put a variable like hand, and let's call this hand class over here. Let me run this game and see what's gonna happen, whether I'll be able to see a hand kind of thing or not. Okay, I forgot to save the changes. Maybe this time I'll not be able to see it. I'll have to close the window again and I'll have to first save the changes. Then only I think I will be able to get the required output. Okay, I'm running it again. Let's see whether we'll be able to see the hand or not. Is it running or not? Okay, I have to run it. I think I'm getting an error. Texture invalid syntax. Why is it showing invalid syntax? Let's check it. Texture. Okay, I haven't put a separator here, so that's the reason it is showing invalid syntax. I'll have to save the changes, and I think texture texture, this is perfectly fine. Why is it not accepting this code? Okay, it has accepted the code. Maybe the separator was the reason. Okay, I am not able to see the hand. Why is it so now? That's what I'll have to check, I think. So this is arm, this is our arm texture. Camera is also there. Let me check if some file is missing or not. I'll have to come on this Google Chrome. Let's see if something can be done from here. So text. Okay, I haven't downloaded this PSD file. Let me do that quickly. Save image as. It's with name texture.psd. Okay, let me just copy it from here, saving this image in the very same folder in which I have all the other files present. Save. Okay, and then what else? Arm texture.png, arm underscore texture.png. Yes, perfectly fine it is. Uh, okay, so we have this blend file. Also, we have this blend one. Is there anything else I am missing? Okay, this is your arm.object file. Let me include this also, no problem. I would like to add it to save as, and with what name it is present here, arm.object, right? Arm.obj. Here I go. And then we have this arm.mtl file. I think I need to save this one too. Great. So I'm done with saving all the arms related file. I hope I'll be able to get the required output now. Arm.blend. I've already downloaded these two things. So I need to come in the folder where these files are there. So I'm cutting them from here and let me just paste them in this folder in which I have all the other files present. And let's go back on the coding window and I'm closing these arms file. Okay, this is my Mind2 game. Let me just check the whole code again. So here what I did is I imported uh, I loaded this file named arm underscore texture in this variable, and then what I have done, I've used a simple class hand uh, in which I've used this super function. This is perfectly fine. And to this parent I have passed camera.ui, which is again not at all a problem. Then model is equals to arm. This is perfectly fine. And then we have texture is equal to this. Let's do one thing. Let me just define a scale also. So I'm defining a scale of 0.02. I think this can help us in getting the output. Let us see if we can get the required output. Okay, so we are able to see a hand kind of thing, but right now it is pointing towards us. Right now it is pointing towards us. If you want it to point towards the this floor, we'll have to rotate it. So how to do that? We can simply make use of this rotation and let's give it a vector 3D value. So vector 3 and 150 comma minus 10 comma 0. And if I will now run the code, let me first save it because it's important to save the changes made before you run the game. So let's see what's gonna happen. So we are able to see this beautiful hand over here finally, and that's what we are getting as an output right now, but it's not looking nice, right? I want to see it pointing towards these cubes, and wherever it points I would like the cube get created over there. If I press the left click, sorry. So how can we do that? How can we make it look more appealing? So we can define a specific position using this position attribute for this hand. So let's make use of this vector 2D because we are running it in a 2D environment. So 0.4 and minus 0.6. Let's pass these two values to this, and now if I will run this game, so let's see what are we going to get as a final output. Okay, so now it is working perfectly fine. See, you can see a red dot also, and you can see my hand also, and wherever it is pointing, a new cube is getting created if I am hitting the what we call it, the clicks, the right click I'm hitting of this mouse I'm using right now. Okay, so it's working perfectly fine. Amazing, beautiful. Fine, let me now close this window and let's add some more features to the game. So I would like to add two more functions with the help of which I can make the hand active and passive. Right, so if you want to make the hand active at any point of time, so you can make use of this function active and then self. It's a customized function. Okay, it's not present by default on in the Ursina engine. I am defining it myself. So if you want, you could use some other name. Active is what I think is more relevant. So rotation, we can put this rotation, I think. Uh, that's the one I would like to keep it here. Okay, and what else can we do? Okay, for this rotation, why we are defining rotation here? We need to define position, right? So let's get rid of this and let's make use of self dot position. Fine, and let's pass this as a value to this one, and we need to make some changes over here. Let's make it 0.3, and here we can do point minus 0.5. I think that is going to be a good idea. Then we can copy this whole thing and we can put it down just below this active function. Let's change it to passive. So this function is going to help us in making the hand go passive. Self dot position should be vector 2, and here it should be, I think I can pass the same coordinates here. Yeah, that is going to give us a beautiful output. Okay, now how to make the how to call these functions? For that we'll have to define a separate code. So what we can do, if you want to call these functions, we can put some code over here inside this update function, right? So let's come down over here, and the way we have used the if control statements here for changing the types of the blocks which should get created at the time when the game is in running mode if the user presses 1, 2, 3, or 4. In the same way, we can make use of this held keys option the way we have used it here. So held keys, if at any point of time the user want to make the hand active, he can press the left mouse. So just write down left mouse like this if you're using it with the held keys, right? If you're using it for some other reason, so you'll have to put it you'll have to put this complete statement over here like this. So if you're using it for checking a condition, for checking if the left mouse click is pressed or not, so you'll have to put this whole thing left mouse down. But if you're using it with the held keys, so you can just put left mouse. Okay, and then or we can simply copy this and we can put it here, and let's make use of right. So if the left mouse is clicked or the right click is pressed, what should happen? I would like to call the active method, right? Hand dot active. Why hand dot active I have written here? Because hand is the class to which this active function belongs. Fine, that's the reason I have used this hand dot active, and let's now use the else. So else, if this condition is not true, then hand should remain passive. Hand should remain passive. So that's how we can do it, right? It's very easy. Okay. Now let me just save the changes and run this code and see what is going to happen, what I'm going to get as an output. Okay, so see, when I clicked this right click, I'm able to see this hand moving. See, it's looking amazing. That's the kind of animation you can get with the help of simple if control statement, which I just showed you, which I just added to the game. Okay, if I want to get rid of these boxes, I can simply make use of the left click. So either you press left click, or when you will press right click, the hand will be inactive, it will be passive, and the moment you'll start pressing the clicks, it will become active and you'll see it moving, right? You'll see it punching. Okay, so now it's time for us to make it more interactive. So how can we make this game more interactive? Now that's what we'll have to think. So the best way is to add some sound to this Minecraft game. So let's do that. I need to come down first, and let's make use of a variable, so punch underscore sound, and I would like to now add the sound which I have, add the sound file which I have saved in my folder in which all the files are there, to this punch sound named variable. And how can we do that? It's very simple. So audio is the function using which you can add the audios. So audio, and then simply you can use the name of the file here. So the name of the file is punch. I think that's the name of the file. Let me just check it one more time. Yeah. So punch is the name of the file. We do not have to put any extension with this. Then I would like to run it only once. So I need to make this loop false. Okay. And then autoplay should be there or not. So I don't want it to be there. So auto to this autoplay also, I'm giving this false value. Right, let's now come down. At what point you would like to hear the punching sound, or that's what you have to decide. So whenever the user will press the right click or the left click, I would like to hear the punching sound. So that's the point, where we have put the if control statement to check if the left mouse click is pressed or the right mouse click is pressed. So right below this, we can add uh, what we call it, a code with the help of which we can make the sound play. So that's the code. Punch underscore sound is a variable in which we have the sound, and to play it, we can simply use this play function. Same thing I would like to do with this one also. Okay, so we are done with adding the code with the help of which now we'll be able to hear a beautiful punching sound in the background whenever we will press any of the clicks of our mouse. Let's see what's gonna happen, whether we'll be able to hear the sound or not. We are not able to hear the sound. You know why? Because I haven't saved the changes. I forgot to save the changes. Let me do it right away. Okay, now if I will run my code, I think I'll be able to hear the sound from the background every time I hit the punch. Okay, so I'm able to hear a beautiful sound in the background. Okay, that's great, that's great. Right, okay, let me now close this window and show you some more things. So, we are able to see the hand, we are able to see the a dot also. If you want to get rid of that dot, how you'll do it? A very simple line of code you can add to your this coding window, and that is which is window dot fps underscore counter dot enabled. So that's the code with the help of which you can access that pink dot which is visible to you, and simply pass this value false to it. Now it will no more be visible to you. Let me just show it to you. Okay, it's still visible to us. I think I'll have to just close this game, and let me just check if, let's do one thing. Let's add this one also over here, this line of code also. So window dot exit underscore button dot visible. I think it can help us in doing the same, but it is looking good. I'm not saying that it's not looking good, but yes, if you want to get rid of this, then I think this can help us in getting rid of that pink dot. Okay, so yeah, it's still visible to us, but no problem. It is looking fine, and we are getting a very, very, very amazingly beautiful output. It's a very cool output. We are able to see over here, and this game is, I'm enjoying this game. Really, I'm enjoying this game a lot. So before ending this lecture, I would like to check the comments section if I have anything to answer. Definitely, I would like to answer the query or queries. So you guys can put your queries in the comment section so that I can help you with your queries. I am, where is the channel? Okay. I want me to show you the whole code. Beautiful Minecraft game, and you can see the first thing I did is I imported everything from Lucina. When I used this first person controller, I used all the variables in which I've saved all the images which I have used in my game. Okay, and then I use this variable block underscore pick, which is actually helping me in changing the part, the sound which you're able to hear in the background. It's because of this variable punch sound. Then there is this function update. So it is going to run for every frame that will get created by this Ursina engine. And then we have this hand named class. We are able to see some kind of animation happening when you are pressing the left and right clicks. So as you guys know very well, Minecraft is a game in which we deal with voxels. You know, the cubes which are getting created. Those cubes are voxels. So this is a class with the help of which what we are doing, we are creating 64 voxels which are forming the base of our what we call it game. Fine. Then input. So that's a function we have defined for checking the input the user is providing with the help of mouse clicks. So if the user will press the left mouse click, so based on the value of this variable block pick, a new block will get created at the same point where the user has clicked. And if the user will press the right mouse click, so what will happen, the box over there at that point will go down, will go disappear, will get destroyed. So that's the function with the help of which we are making the you know cubes go disappear, or we are destroying the cubes. Then we have this sky named class which is helping us in getting the sky all over the game, right? And that's the whole code. Then we have this for loop, right, which is creating for us the 400 different cubes. You know, the base which you see when when I start the game. This base, this green base which you are able to see right now, it is made up of 400 different cubes. So these 400 cubes are getting created because of this for loop, nested for loop, I must say, which I have defined over here. Then that's the way we can call the classes, right? We have used, and that's where I am running my app. So this is the whole code. I hope you enjoyed this lecture a lot. Please do not forget to like and share this video in your groups and make it reach to the maximum students possible. Thank you very much for joining me in this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do not forget to join the next lecture which I am going to shoot tomorrow. So we are done with this Minecraft game. We will be creating something new, something advanced, something interesting tomorrow. So please be there in the lecture and ask your friends also to come and join this channel and um, help us creating more and more such beautiful content. Thank you very much, all of you. God bless you all and have a great, great day ahead. Stay safe and keep coding and keep learning.